Morning guys, got a really packed schedule today. I've got 4 podcasts where I'm recording with guests and they're all scheduled in for today. The first one is at 10 in the morning, which is in half an hour. I've got up, I've had a coffee and I've basically made my sourdough dough, which is in here now proving. That's 4 loaves. We've got a busy day of recording and making, basically. So recording, I've got 4 podcast episodes, which I'm going to be recording today. They're all booked in for the same day. It doesn't happen very often, but that's just the way it's worked out. Like I said, the first one's at 10, and I think the other 3 are all in the afternoon. We've got some really exciting guests coming up. We've got the hippie homeschool mum, we've got another home brewer, we've got some other homesteaders, and I'm also recording the bulk of episode 200 today with Mike Copeman. It's a bit of a tradition. He asked me the questions on the first Ask Me Anything, which was episode 100. So he's back for episode 200. He's also been on the show a couple times before that, talking about blacksmithing and leatherworking. So I'm really looking forward to those. Like I say, I've got my sourdough proving, so I'm going to go and get dressed and then finish my coffee. And probably that will be time for my first recording. And after that, we've got a big day of making in the kitchen, as well as some planting that I want to do and some sewing. So in the kitchen today, we're going to be making sourdough, we're going to be making sourdough crackers, we're going to be making yogurt, we're going to be making cheese, and hopefully we're going to be making ice cream as well. So it's, like I say, a really, really busy day. I've got yesterday's milk back there saved, which is what we're going to be using. We're going to basically add to that another 5 litres for today's milk, and then that's going to make our yogurt and our ice cream first, and then whatever's left is going to go to cheese, so long as we've got a little bit left over just to use, just until tomorrow. Obviously we get more milk every single day, 5 litres every single day, so we don't need to save very much. And yeah, so we've already made our dough. We've got, these are both sourdough starters. And basically I've taken what I needed for today's, so we're going to feed them in a little bit, and that's going to give us way more than we need to save. So we're going to take out what we need to save, put it in the fridge, and then take all the rest to make our crackers with. You've seen the recipe. I'm not going to show you too much about that, but I am going to bring you with me today and for most of my day, but not the getting dressed part. So I'll speak to you in a bit. So that's my first interview all recorded, and Jackie, my wife, keeps Brahmas, which are our big chickens. They don't feature very often because where they live, they're kind of separate from my usual garden round, so I don't go in there very often. But down here we've got about 13 or so new chicks, which will repopulate that area. We've harvested a few, and we've got a few more that we've sold. So the next stop for me, I think, is to go out in the garden with my wife and give her a hand catching some chickens. That'll make room for her latest crop. Get a new cock, can't you? Yeah, you can get a new cock. So that's that done. Chickens caught. Catching chickens is always a fun job. You never know how it's going to go. Next thing for me, very quickly, I've got a load of produce in the back of the car to get moved and put around where we need it, which you've seen 100 times before. So I won't bore you with it all today, but that's my next job. Quite a heavy one. I'm going to distribute all this fruit and veg and coffee grounds for the compost around the garden where I need it to be. Then we're going in to make sourdough crackers, because my son has been whinging like a madman for about 5 days now, because that's when he ran out of that last batch. And there are some conversations we've had where the only word he would say is crackers. All right, Tyrone, do you have a good day at school? Crackers. So I better get on and do them next. Okay, back in the house, and next up for me is to make our crackers. I'm on my first proof with my sourdough here, and I had to leave this note for my wife because otherwise, bless her, she would have come and cleared up and would have been a little bit upset about me leaving the mess. So that's the next stop for me. Okay, so we've just finished our third of our 4 recordings today. 3:30, I'm going to go out and milk the goats. I've got about an hour before I need to start cooking tea. I'm cooking a big chicken pasta salad, and before then I want to go and milk the goats, and if I'm lucky I'll also have time to do a little bit of planting in my garden and maybe even cut some grass. We've really struggled with the weather lately. It's been really wet most days, but we've got this beautiful sunshine at the moment, and I just hope it lasts long enough for the grass to dry out, and then maybe early evening I can whip round and mow some of it because it's getting quite long. So I think tomorrow might be a good day for getting a lot of things done. I feel like I've got ahead today, or I will have by the end of the day. I still need to make cheese today, yogurt today, hopefully ice cream today, although that might be put off until tomorrow. But another job that I'm really keen to get to is to start cutting some of these hedges, because around this time of year I can cut some of these hedges here, well, hedges everywhere, and give them to the goats. They love them, absolutely love them. I will need to nip off and pick up some goat food as well, probably tomorrow. So yeah, time to feed them now though, and milk them, and then well, we'll see what the time is, and then we might end up going in to cook dinner straight away after that. But that does give me most of the evening if the weather's pleasant, which at the moment it is. Been incredibly wet all for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. It's just been so wet. We've got standing water still here at some areas of the property, but let's get these goats milked and then see how the rest of the day goes. So the goats are done. I managed to get the kitchen all tidied up, thank goodness, because I think I can hear my wife. Or rather, I think I can hear our ride-on mower. Not only has she got back, but she's doing one of the jobs I was thinking I had to get done as well. So that is fantastic. I'm so lucky. I've got such an amazing wife. She's already had a pretty full-on day. I know that. And she's got home and jumped straight on the ride-on mower, trying to make the most of this weather, like I was saying. She won't be happy now, we've just caught her stalling it. All right, love? So I'm going to leave my wife to it, go in, start cooking dinner, process this milk, and I'll catch up with you guys after dinner, I think. Cool, what a busy day. I know it doesn't seem like I've done a lot, probably, to you guys, but I haven't stopped. Each recording that I've done today was an hour each, and it just takes big bites out of the day. So yeah, there you go. Right, catch up with you guys after dinner. Do you ever get that feeling where you go in full speed, but you're getting nowhere? That's how I feel today. I feel like I haven't stopped. I literally haven't stopped. That's a lie. I've stopped for one coffee all day. Just made my second one now. And sometimes you feel like you're getting nowhere. I am getting somewhere because I've got 3 podcasts recorded. They're in the bank. You know, so that puts me ahead on other stuff. But sometimes it can feel a little bit like Groundhog Day. My wife says that. but we're gonna have a gorgeous dinner. We're gonna have Cajun chicken with pasta and sourdough, which is in the oven, and a beautiful salad, which partly from the garden, not quite all of it, but it's partly from the garden. You know, we're having the greens are pea shoots and cress that we've grown here, a few salad leaves, and then we've added obviously a few things shop bought at this time of year still, which is a shame, but a little bit of cucumber and a little bit of pepper. I don't think this time last year we were buying any salad because, you know, the season was so different. But everywhere I look, there's things that I'd love to get done, and I know I'm not going to get time today. Got my herb spiral that I can see from the cooker, and desperate for me to spend 20 minutes on it, just weed it and get it all up together for the season, and I just don't know when I'm going to get time. Whew, there you go. Anyway, so I'm still in the process of cooking dinner, as you can see. We're about to have that. I am going to have some time after dinner to kind of catch up. I've still got cheese making, which I want to do today, yogurt making. I think we're going to put the ice cream off till tomorrow, but I'll bring you along with us for that. Look, be true to your fingers. Yeah, so I talked about live videos in one of last weekend's vlogs. Talked about live videos. I'm definitely going to do them. I haven't worked out exactly when and where, but I'll give you a bit of notice. And I think next weekend we'll do our first live video. I will sort of let people know in the Facebook group as well. And it'd be really interesting to see if we can make that work. It'd be great if there's a few of you that can tune in and we can have a chat. Anyway, so I'm getting back to dinner now, and I'll catch up with you guys when we've all eaten, I think. So that's everybody eaten, and a fridge full of leftovers that will go through the week. And I've just started processing my milk. So you can see all these leftovers from dinner, loads and loads of chicken pasta. I've also got here, this is 2 lots of strawberry milkshake that we've made from my goat's milk. So they'll get drunk in the next couple of days. We've got yogurt being made over here. Now, I've done a separate video. I'm not sure which order they'll get released, but I've done a separate video on the yogurt making, and specifically on this machine, because this is very new to me, this machine. So that's going to be, if it's not already out, it'll be out within a day or two of this video going out. What else have we got going on? So we've got, this is our ice cream maker. I've never ever made ice cream before. My wife normally makes it, and she's going to teach me tomorrow. We're going to make ice cream. So I've got that out from the ice cream maker to just make sure that I've got the right amount of milk sort of left once I've finished making everything else that I'm doing with it. So that's why that's out. Let's pop that away. So yes, we're going to be making ice cream tomorrow, and that's what this milk is set aside for, because we're going to be doing that tomorrow before milking time. And that leaves me, that's all of our milk processed then. We've got this bottle of milk just to last us till tomorrow. That just leaves me with about 4 litres, which I'm now going to use to make cheese with. Oh, one last thing to show you. So in our freezer, in our little kitchen freezer, this is cream that we just spoon off the top of our milk when it's been sat in the fridge for a day or two. And we just keep adding to that and topping it up, and that will be butter. So there you go, that's got you up to speed. The time here is 7:15. And I'm not going to make it outside, but my amazing wife has cut the lawns, most of them at least. So, you know, she's been super busy, and I feel a bit wiped out from all the running around today. I know that I haven't had a lot to share with you guys, but I've certainly not stopped moving. And I feel a little bit wiped out. So I think I'm going to actually get an early night. So I'm going to make my cheese now with this, and that's realistically going to take me an hour or so, and then I think it's going to be straight to bed and try and get up early tomorrow and have another good day getting loads done. So you know what I was saying earlier about treading water, but I have actually made some progress today. You know, we have got somewhere, because a lot of what I've done is stuff that doesn't need doing every day. You know, we've baked 4 loaves of sourdough. We've got 4 of these beauties that we cooked today, and well, so we've got 4, we've got 3, because one of them got eaten at dinner time. But, you know, we've got 1 out there and then 2 to go in the freezer. So that's progress. Got our yogurt done. That's going to last not quite a week, but a little while. But I've got those interviews for the podcast in the bag, you know, so they're not going to need doing again. They're wrapped up. So We have definitely made progress, just not in the places where I see it. I haven't made any progress in the garden, and I think the garden is the one that you see, you know, or I see and think this is a statement about where we are in the season, rather than where we are in the stuff that's just day to day, you know? So it'll be nice to make a bit of progress in the garden tomorrow. I'd like to fix those tree guards where the goats have destroyed them, but you know, again, it's still progress because we've still done a lot of the work. We're not starting from scratch there. We just need to put some stock fencing around them rather than the chicken wire. So it'd be nice if we can get that done tomorrow. And be nice. I've got not a lot, but I've got a little bit of planting out to do. There's a few things. I've got some cabbages and some brassicas that are in the polytunnel that really ought to go out soon, and it'd be nice to get those out tomorrow. And I'd quite like to do a bit more sowing as well, because you know, we're in that part of the season now where we're thinking successionally all the time. So if I can get that done tomorrow, then I think this weekend is going to be a success. Anyway, that's going to wrap me up. Thanks guys for coming along and sharing the day with me. It helps to motivate me. I get much more done. There's a chance, if it wasn't for you guys, I might not have got as much done today. It's a really good chance, because I would have let myself slip. And you know, knowing that I've got you guys to hold me accountable is really helpful actually. So like I say, thanks for coming along, and I will speak to you really soon. Please do press that like button, press that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I'll speak to you guys really soon. Cheers.